Welcome back, dear students. In this video we are going to discuss recursion. Recursion is also one type of function. So what it is exactly we will discuss. Recursion is function calls itself in a self-similar way on its own is called recursion. So why we need to go for this particular recursion? Generally, in the case of recursion, what happens, instead of calling some other function n number of times, if we use this particular recursion concept, code, the size of that particular code program will be reduced. Actually, the recursion is the process of repeating items in a self-similar way. In programming languages, if a program allows you to call a function inside the same function, then it is called recursive call of the function. Recursive functions are very useful to solve many mathematical problems. By using this particular recursion, we can find factorial of the given number, we can generate Fibonacci series, we can find GCD of two numbers, and we can find power of a particular number, or we can find what are the number of digits present in a particular number. All these problems we can solve by using particular recursion. So this recursion, these are of two types. First one is direct recursion, second one is indirect recursion. What is meant by direct recursion and what is meant by indirect recursion? In the case of direct recursion, you just let us consider the main function. In this main function, one printf statement is there and the next one is main. So this is called calling function, and with respect to this one, called function. But once this main function calls this one, immediately control returns back to main. So this main is same function. That one calling in a self-similar way. A function calls on its own, or a function calls itself. It is called recursion. This is called direct recursion. In this case, before calling this function, printf statement displays direct recursion. Then function call, control will be back. Then same statement will be executed. So then next one, once again main function. So like this direct recursion output will be displayed infinite number of times, because there is no decision criterion variable, or there is no condition to terminate this recursive calls. Infinite number of times this call will be performed. So that's why this output will be displayed infinite number of times. That is direct recursion. Then coming to indirect recursion, assume that two functions are there. One function is main function, another one is a sample function. So main function first, so this function first declared, then defined and called. So main function takes responsibility to call sample function. Before that, that will display indirect recursion output, and that will display this particular statement. After displaying that particular statement, calling function will call the sample function, a jump occurred from this place to this place, and the sample function is called function takes responsibility to call this main function. Immediately control back to main function. Control will be transferred back to main function. Once again, the same sample function will be called before that indirect recursion. So this process will be main will call sample and the sample will call main. So main will call sample and the sample will call main. So this is called indirect recursion. During this process, the same indirect recursion output will be displayed infinite number of times. Here also there is no decision criterion variable, or there is no condition which is to stop that particular recursive process or recursive calls. So that's why we will get output infinite number of times. This is indirect recursion. This is a direct recursion. Generally we will use direct recursion only. What are the advantages or disadvantages of this recursion topic? So generally it reduces, the main advantages of recursions are it reduces unnecessary calling of function. Generally without recursion, what we will do, we will call this function, that function unnecessarily. In that particular case, number of lines may be increased. If you want to reduce, if you want to optimize that particular code, we have to go for functions. So this recursion will reduce unnecessary calling of functions. Then next advantage is through recursion one can solve problems in an easy way. Complex problems can be solved in an easy way. That is the second advantage. Why? Because in the case of non-recursion, iterative solution is very big as well as complex. In the iterative solution, what we will do, we will use either for loop or while loop or do while. Because of for loop, while loop, do while, what happens? The complexity will be increased or that program size will be increased. That's why it is big as well as complex. Such type of problem can be solved. Such type of problems can be solved in an easy way. That's why we will go for recursion. Those are the two important advantages. Then what are the different disadvantages? In the case of recursion disadvantages, the first one is it's very difficult to debug as well as it's very difficult to understand. It's very difficult to trace the program. So because implicitly complexity will be there. Implicitly the debugging process little bit difficult. That's why recursive solution is always logical in the sense once a particular function calls same function, so same piece of code will be duplicated. So duplicated code also will occupy some memory, and that function will call the same function once again. So like that, each and every time, assume that the same function called 5 number of times. So 5 number of times the same piece of code will be duplicated. So logically, then it's very difficult to understand the debugging process, as well as it's very difficult to understand that particular concept. That's why it's the first disadvantage. Then second disadvantage, in recursive we must have an if statement somewhere to force the function to return or terminate. That's the main drawback. If you forget to include that if statement, you cannot come out of that particular recursive calls or recursive process. So that is another drawback. And the third one is recursion takes a lot of stack space, usually not considerable when the program is small and running on a PC. Generally, if it is a small program, to write that particular small program, to solve that particular small program, you are using recursion. So because of that recursion, internally that will occupy more stack space, because during each and every recursive call that will occupy same memory n number of times. So same code will occupy n number of times space. Because of that one, stack space will be more stack space it will take. Those are the advantages as well as disadvantages. Now we will discuss what is the recursion, what is the usage of recursion, application of recursion with the help of this example program. So this program illustrates the usage of recursion and which is to find factorial of a given number by using recursion. So in this program, this complete program, two important functions defined. One is the main function and the one is factorial function. So factorial function defined after main. That's why this function informed globally. We can inform it to compiler locally also, but for time being in this program, this function inform to compiler globally. That is return type int factorial. It uses integer type of parameter. So integer type of parameter name not compulsory, it's an optional. Only type of that particular parameter need to be informed to compiler. Then within the main function, num, whatever the number I am going to use to find factorial, so that number variable, and after getting result, to hold that result variable declared, then this num value will be provided through keyboard by using scanf function. You need to read value through keyboard by using scanf function. After reading that particular one, you need to call the function. This is called function call. Function declaration, function definition, function call. During this function call, immediately a control transferred from this place to this place. So a jump occurred from this place to this place, and meanwhile this num will be assigned to this num. So is it possible to have same name for actual parameters as well as formal parameters? Yes, we can have same name, or we can take different names. But in this program, same actual parameter name is also num, formal parameter name is also num. No problem. But in this main function, num will occupy separate memory, and in this num formal parameter, in the case of called function, this will also occupy separate memory. Name may be same, but locations are different. So let us consider this num is 5. Assume that the value of this num is 5. During this function call, that 5 will be assigned to this num. Then what I am doing here, I am checking. General 0 factorial is 1, 1 factorial is also 1. That's what I am checking over here. So that num value is 5, 5 is equal to 0, no. 5 is equal to 1, no. Both conditions are false, then control goes to else part. In the else part, what I am doing here, so num value is 5, 5 into factorial of 5 minus 1, that is 4. So in this case, 4 will be passed to this place. During that process, during this recursive call, this is called recursive call. During this recursive call, this code will be as it is. But during recursive call, another code will be generated. In that code, num will be 4. That num will be compared with 0 and 1, condition false. So control transfer to else. Here now num is 4. 4 into factorial of num, that is 4 minus 1 is 3. In that particular case, third recursive call will be generated dynamically. In that code, this num will be 3 and 3 will be compared, condition false, control goes to else part. In the else part now, num is 3 and 3 minus 1 is 2, another recursive call. So then fourth recursive call, in that num is 2. So once again condition false. Then 2 into factorial of num minus 1, that is 1. 1 will be assigned. Here another recursive call will be generated. In that recursive call, in that function called function, num value will be 1. So now num equal to 1 means condition true, so that will return 1. So this value, this last recursive call, from last recursive call, value will be returned from 1 to previous recursive call, and that is now 2. That 2 will be returned to previous recursive call. 2 into 3, 6. 6 will be returned to previous recursive call, that is 6 into 5, like that. 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 will be multiplied. Finally, that is 120. So calls will be generated from first 5. Call will be generated from top to bottom. Next 4, next 3, next 2, next 1. Then whenever it is 1, that will return 1. 1 into 2, that will return 2. 2 into 3, that is 6. 6 will be returned. Then 6 into 4, 24, that will be returned. Then 24 into 5, like that, 120. So 120 will be returned finally from this place to this place. So the result is 120, that will be displayed over here. Factorial of 5 is 120, that output will be displayed. Then closing brace, return 0, because the function return type over here is void. This return 0 statement is not necessary. By mistake, this statement included over here. If it is integer type, then only return 0 need to be used. If it is void type, this statement need to be ignored. This is about factorial using recursion. Then the same thing, whatever the explanation, whatever the tracing part explained, the same thing specified over here. You see, in the previous case, during this place, from this particular place, recursive calls will be generated. So that one explained with the help of this particular diagram. Return n into fact of n minus 1. First recursive call, n value is 5, and in this case 5 minus 1 is 4, and next n value is 4, this is 3, this is 3, this is 2, this is 2, this is 1, this is 1, this is 0. Factorial of 0 is 1, so 1 into 1, 1, that will return 1 to this place, and 1 into 2, 2 will be returned by this statement to this place, and 2 into 3, 6, this will be 6 will be returned from by return statement to this place, and 6 into 4 is 24, will be returned by this statement. So this return statement returns 24 to this place. Then 5 into 24 is 120. This will be returned by this return statement to this 120 will be returned from this particular return statement to calling function. There we can display the actual result. That is about factorial of a given number by using recursion. Generally 5 factorial is what? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. 4 is 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. 3 is 3 into 2 into 1. 2 is 2 into 1. 1 is 1 into 1. This is about logic. This one only performed logically with the help of recursion concept. A function calls itself is called recursion.